Hey guys, PyTurn here. I'm checking out Pokemon Showdown, which is a nice little browser-based Pokemon battle simulator, which is completely animated, and you just go into the website, put a team together, and see how it fares against other players. I put this one together this afternoon, and I'm going to see how it goes. So let's check it out. I start out with my Aerodactyl named Rockstrike, and funnily enough, the foe does as well. They start out with an Aerodactyl, so we both go for Taunt, however his is faster. However, it doesn't end up mattering because I get a Rock Slide with some cute little flinch hacks there. And I go for another Rock Slide, which does take out their Aerodactyl. And the Taunt also wears off, which is quite helpful because really the purpose of Rockstrike is to get up some rocks as quickly as possible and try and do some damage as well while he's still around. This Politoed hits very hard with a Hydro Pump. I go to try and set up a second layer of rocks, which today I found out doesn't actually work. So, Rockstrike is taken out, I send in Celestial last starting with the Thunderbolt, hoping for some good resistance against the water moves, given its typing. That doesn't turn out to be the case. The Recover does just too little to sort of wall the Politoed. So, Celestial does as much damage as possible with Thunderbolt, while it is still up. However, it does sadly go down to the Hydro Pump of the Politoed. At this point I send out my Gengar, Spectre, finishing off the Politoed with a Shadow Ball. And this is my my first battle against a Conkeldurr, which is Gen 5. I haven't played any of the games, but thought I would set up a substitute and see what happened. So the Dark type move is kind of a thorn in my side at the moment, so I set up another sub which doesn't work, basically, so Spectre goes for the Focus Blast, dealing as much damage as it can before it dies, which it does to the boosted Payback. Obviously it's double the damage if they're hurt earlier in the turn, so I send out my Iconoclast with a Vacuum Wave to finish it off. The foe sends out the Banette, which sort of forces a switch on my part because Choice Specs into a fighting move against a Ghost type is not a good way to be. The Banette uses a Trick Room, which is actually kind of helpful to Caesar a little later on because he's very slow. But I U-turn into my Iconoclast, which takes out Banette and the Lucario with it, which is not too much of a concern really. Send out my Caesar with some sort of overkill superpower there, which is, I don't know, it's pretty lousy. Smeagol's defenses, there was no way I was going to lift that. So Death Scythe, the point at this time is to deal as much damage as possible with superpower while it is still up. Obviously switching out into Dragonite would be a horrible idea because he would just get one shot. But the foe's Dragonite does do critical damage with the Outrage then, and I send out my Dragonite Iris for the finisher. So that is a victory of my first game in Pokemon Showdown. You'll see my points there aren't actually starting at 1,000, but that was because I had won a forfeit when someone else's browser crashed. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the battle, guys. There will be more to come, and I will see you next time.